Hi, I'm just here today just to give you a quick update. Thank you all for your patience and understanding and kind words to help me get through this. It was my sister who passed, and death puts you in a headspace, or grief makes you feel like you just can't go on. And had it not been for my children coming and being by my side, my daughter actually moved in with me for a little while just to help me get through this, and brought my grandkids, and it's been so wonderful just to have them here. And my son, he's always been such a strong rock and by my side, and they really have been catering to me and making me feel so loved, and helping me to go on, because I can remember when my mother passed, I was already going through a really bad relationship, and I felt like giving up had it not been for God speaking to me and telling me that I had to go on and I had to be there for my kids. And my sister, at that time, she was 11 when my mother passed. So I had to be there for her, and that's the one that has just passed on. So it really hit me hard, because I remember a year before my mother passed, she asked me if anything happened to her, would I take care of her baby? And you don't think about anything. And I know that we don't live forever, but you just don't even have that thought in your mind. So, but of course I said, yeah, I would take care of her, and she didn't have to worry about anything. And I just said to her, don't, say that, and you're not going to pass for a long time. But anyway, just having all of that in my head and thinking about some of the things that's been going on with my sister just kind of really put me in a real bad place. But like I said, having my family here and my subscribers sending me comments and letting me know that they're praying for me and that they care for me really made a difference. It really got me out of my head, because when I first got the news, I just felt like laying down and going to sleep. I didn't have the energy to do anything. I didn't want to eat. But having family, they kept my spirits up, and they catered to me. No other way to say it. And when I felt like I needed to sleep, I was able to sleep, but not just stay in a deep depression, because grief will put you in a place where it can keep you down, and especially if it's someone that's close to you. But reading over the comments, there was one that really stuck out to me, and it came at a time when I really needed to hear it. And this one is from Terry Dillon. She said, "You are so loved. You are divinely gifted and a blessing to so many people who watch your channel. My heart speaks. God wills, God bills. God's will, God's bill. He saw this coming. He has your provisions." And of course, when I was going through this and thinking about things, you always want to ask God, why wasn't you prepared? Why wasn't you there? Why didn't you know this was going to happen? And you have no way of knowing what God's plan is. You just have to be in the moment. And when she said God wills, God will and God's bill, and he saw this coming, that part really touched me, because my daughter that moved over with me for a while, she's going to go back home soon, but she told me, she said, God just really had me resting and being prepared. She said, I knew something was going to happen. She said, but I didn't know what. And she said, so now I can see. And the same thing, I had started a job that it's a decent job, but something that I would have never agreed to. But when I start this job, it showed me why I had to be here. They gave me time, like I said, this is a new job, so you don't really have that much time off. You have the 3 days of bereavement, and then if you've been there for a little bit, you have sick leave. So I did have a little sick leave, so they gave me as much time that I needed to take off. And this week I'm going to be working from home until I can go back into the office. So this job is not an at-home job, but they allowed me to work at home for a week, and they were very kind. So like I said, this was a job that I really wouldn't have settled for. The pay wasn't what I was looking for, but I took it because at that time I needed to be there. And you know how sometimes you kick yourself for making a decision, but then you start to see why you're there and what the reasons are for being there. And had I went anywhere else, had I started any other career or doing anything else differently, I wouldn't had the provisions that God had made for me during this time of need. So I really appreciate you all's patience. I appreciate the kind words, and I will be back on here. This week is the week that we're going to celebrate my sister's life. So this is my only video for this week, but I will be back on next week to let you all know how things went, how I'm doing, and also hopefully to come on and share some good advice. You know how we do it over here, and just to be there for someone. Continue to keep me in your prayers, and I will continue to pray for my subscribers. And I really appreciate you guys, and I love the support. And even though we have never met, I don't know you all, but just having this community, it really helped. It made a difference. And like I said, I'll be back on next week to share some of the things that I went through during my grieving process. You know, it may help someone else, and some of the things that Spirit said to me and showed me during this process. Continue to pray for me, like I said, and I'll continue to pray for you. I will see you again next week, and I love you all. Thank you for watching. Bye.